Washington and Beijing cooled their trade war last week, reducing some U.S. tariffs in exchange for an increase in Chinese purchases of American farm products and other goods. The U.S. dollar fell sharply against a basket of major currencies on Friday as news of an initial U.S.-China trade deal and an election victory for the UK's Brexit-backing Conservative Party hurt safe haven demand for the greenback. The US dollar index fell by 0.2% to close at 97.17 on Friday. For the week, it also lost 0.2%. However, overall, the index is up roughly by 1.2% in the year-to-date, surging in strength despite summer recession warnings and continued trade war tensions. Meanwhile, the British pound remained bolstered by last week's election win for British Prime Minister Boris Johnson's Conservative Party. That fueled expectations that the Brexit uncertainty will end soon. Sterling rose by as much as 1.2% on Friday to end the session at 1.3326. For the week, the UK currency gained almost 1.3%. In the meantime, the euro showed little immediate reaction to data showing eurozone business growth remained weak in December. The common currency dipped by 0.08% on Friday to close at 1.1121. For the week, it was almost flat. Elsewhere, Bitcoin price is back in a downtrend. Unfortunately for bulls, analysts are currently charting that bears remain in control of the cryptocurrency market. Bitcoin price somewhat recovered by 0.8% on Friday to 7,283.2. Still, for the week, the crypto king lost 2.1%. Forex investors and traders will expect the economic statistics to have an impact on the majors. On Tuesday, November, U.S. industrial production figures are in focus ahead of December's Philly Fed manufacturing PMI due out on Thursday. Wrapping up the week, finalized third-quarter U.S. GDP, November personal spending and preliminary December consumer sentiment figures are due out. Outside of the stats, geopolitics remains in focus. The markets will be looking for the details of a Phase 1 agreement and whether there is any hope of a full-blown agreement. In the commodities market, oil prices hit a three-month high on Friday amid ebbing uncertainty around US-China trade and Brexit. Brent, the global oil benchmark, rose by 1.6% to $65.22. Week-on-week, Brent advanced by 2.8%. Uncertainty around trade has weighed on global economic growth in recent months, prompting both the International Energy Agency and the OPEC to slash their oil demand growth estimates over the course of this year. Investors' increased optimism buoyed commodities and was compounded on Friday by election victory for the UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson. Market participants said policy signals from the US Federal Reserve were also supporting oil futures. Thus, WTI rose by 1.5% on Friday to settle at $60.07. For the week, it advanced by 2.81%. Meanwhile, gold futures also rose by 0.6% on Friday to settle at $1,481.20. For the week, the price was still in a downtrend. You've watched the combined review of currency and commodity markets on InstaTV with me, Anna Kasatkina. Subscribe to our channel to keep track of all financial events with us on InstaTV. See you back soon.